Alright, so today we're going to do Key to the Highway, which is originally by Big Bill Broonzy, and I think really probably the best version, but we're also going to do some variations that are found in Eric Clapton's version, because if you haven't noticed on this channel, Eric Clapton's my favorite, so just anything I play usually has some of his variations in it. Alright, so this is not a 12-bar blues. This is an 8-bar blues, so it's a little different, but we will see that when we do this song. Okay, so this is an A, just for all intents and purposes. If you're trying to solo along, you're going to want to play an A. But let's go ahead and figure this out. It's very repetitive, so once you learn it one time, you learn the whole song. Alright, so the song starts with this, okay? So it's... So we're gonna call that like part one, okay? So what we do, let me get a little closer here. What we do is you're gonna be finger picking this song, and primarily you're just gonna be using on your right hand, you're just gonna be using your thumb and your pointer finger, okay? And so you're keeping like a steady beat going with your thumb on the root note, in this case an A. And underneath it, what we've got going on is, you've got two choices. You can do kind of the A7 triad or just an A major. I think the A major sounds cooler. And what that is what we're gonna do. Again, we're kind of palm muting as well, so it's just kind of droning there a little bit. But what we're gonna do underneath that is you got your pointer finger on the 9th fret of the G string, your middle finger is gonna be on the 9th fret of the high E, and then your ring finger is gonna go on the 10th fret of the B string. So it's like a D shape all the way down here. All right, then what you wanna do to start the song, so what you're doing again, you're just plugging this and with your pointer finger kind of raking up. But you want to slide into it from anywhere, really. Alright, and then the next chord, I got the key to the highway. It's going to be an E7, but down all the way up here. And so what that is you're going to bar, with using your pointer finger, you want to bar the 9th fret of the G, B, and high E, and then you want to use your middle finger to play the 10th fret of the high E string, okay? And then you're gonna change your thumb. Your thumb's now gonna be plucking the low E string, and here's the hardest part, I think, of the whole song. When you play the E7, you then stretch on the second time you play it. You're going to really quickly grab the 12th fret right there of the high E string and then pull back off to the 10th fret of the high E string. So let's put those together. Real slow. Alright, now you're going to go to a D. Okay? But we're going to add, this is definitely the Clapton variation, this next part. We're going to add... So it's an F sharp note, but he walks up to it. So what you're going to do after you play the E is you are going to use your pointer finger and your middle finger. And you want your middle finger to be where you end there. But it's open E string, 1st fret of the E string, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the E string. Now if you just want to use your middle finger for that, that's fine. You could go. But I would really encourage you to have your middle finger on that 2nd fret of the low E, because you're going to need that. Okay, and then, so what we've got next is you're going to play the D7 underneath it. So let me kind of move my middle finger just to show you what this is. So what that would be is your pointer finger is going to go on the 1st fret of the B string, your ring finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the G string, and then your pinky is going to go on the 2nd fret of the high E. So that's just a D7. Okay, but you are then going to you're going to extend that middle finger to grab the 2nd fret of the low E. So this is a D7 with an F sharp over it. So here is the tricky part of this one. So when you're strumming this, so you walk up to get it the first time, and then about halfway through, you do it again. Okay? Okay. So let's put that together real quick. You got 2 E7, walk up, and then the other thing you want to do underneath it when you're playing it is kind of just, in whatever fashion you want to do, you kind of pull that first finger off of the first fret of the B string into an open B string occasionally. However you want to do it, really. You can throw your own kind of flavor into it. It's just kind of a cool little variation. All right, and then the next part is you want to go to an A, but you're going to do it up here. And what that is again, it's the open A string. Then your pointer finger is on the 5th fret of the D string. Your middle finger is on the 5th fret of the B string. And then your ring finger is on the 6th fret of the G string. Okay, so then it's... And then you're going to take that whole shape, slide it down 1 fret, and then back to your original shape. So it's... See how I did that? And then you go back to just a regular E7. So what that would be, regular E7 is just open E, middle finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, open D, 1st fret with your first finger is the 1st fret of the G string, open B and an open high E, and then hammer on to the 1st fret of the G string, and then you want to also play it through open one time, but then use your pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string, and then that's how you end. But I am bound to go, and then you got to turn around. And you do it all over again. So the turnaround, very easy. You pluck the A string open, and then you want to root, meaning you're not going to move it. You're going to put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the high E. Your middle finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the D string. And then you're just going to use these 2 fingers on your right hand to pluck the D and the E. Now the only change here is you're going to keep that high E is not going to move, okay? Then you're going to go from on the D string, you're going to from the 5th fret to the 4th fret to the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. That's the walk down. So and then back to an E7. And that's the whole song. So if we just do it real slow from the top, ready? E7, walk up again to the A7 up here, then you can end, when you end the song, you can just end with like a regular A7, which is when you're barring the 2nd fret of the D, G, B, and high E, and then putting your middle finger on that high E of the 3rd fret. Alright, so that is Key to the Highway. Hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know in the comments below if anything didn't make sense, and I can maybe try to explain it better in the comments.